ball, cause all went there when they ain't had a ball. He talking sporty, wonder how he felt watching.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They go play action here on first down. Buying time to his left. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Normally you see three tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Now a play fake here on first down. And Bolden brings it in, complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Here's second and a yard. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They'll run with Gibson, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll go. It's Gibson. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a first down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you dispute it a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more, and take the decision out of the hands of the officials.
Oh, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Gibson. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
It looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal, and they sent that play backwards.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Here's a give to Gibson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Throwing on 1st down. Thorpe. He finds his man, complete. That's Lambert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Thorpe. A check down here for Henry. 3 yards the gain there. Second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw. Thorpe. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A run there on 1st down, and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one, that's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. play fake. Thorpe. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Thorpe. Pass incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Thorpe. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
First down carry for Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Off play action. Thorpe steps away. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
Well, that was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. They'll run for it with Henry. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Looking to throw. Thorpe. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play, he did. So you've got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
On third down, Thorpe toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game. Yeah,
I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Second down at 5. Back to throw. Silver. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Off the play fake. Silver. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. For these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was Washington winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here at FedEx Field. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw again. They'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. A handoff for Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Eluding the pressure right. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Off-play action. Thorpe. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Thorpe. That one taken in by T. Higgins. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Back to throw again. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, he'll drop to throw. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Washington football team on top. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. A big play there for Philly. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Second down at 4. Off play action. Thorpe. They'll roll him out right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
From the gun on third down. Thorpe. Open man. It's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
First down, Eagles.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Thorpe. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Henry again. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. A handoff running left is Gibson. Trucks over him. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. On the counter, Gibson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Back to throw. Silver. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical.
or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Second and 4. They'll run it again with Henry. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Trying to run for the first with Henry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Back now at FedEx Field. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake. Thorpe to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Henry. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Henry. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 4th down, Silver flush to his right. And he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And he will find his man, Samuel. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. From the gun, Silver. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Elsewhere, 4th quarter score now for Baltimore. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Boy, this crowd is on pins and needles now because anytime you see the ball heading for the end zone, you really hold your breath, and they come out of their seats. That one falls incomplete.
This will go to Henry out wide. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Back to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw. Open man is Higgins. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
He'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second and 10. They'll go again with Gibson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gibson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Steps up, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox able to get him for a loss of about 3. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Washington, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.